I am here today to talk about the government bureaucracies. You know, um, back when they had the pandemic going on and everything, and they shut all the businesses down, we deal with a lot of practices, dental practices mainly. So we couldn't go into them. They had to shut them down, remember, and we did mainly do consulting and help them run their practice better. Well, during that time, we couldn't do any business. We had all this stuff going on and website and everything for our business, TK7, and you know, they just shut us down. I mean, nothing we could do. Okay, so then they start sending you these offers. SBA does send you offers saying, "Oh, you can get this grant, $10,000. We'll give you a grant to help you out." Along with the PPP and the ERC and all that stuff. Of course, we didn't have any other employees. It's just us, my wife and I. So we wasn't really eligible for ERC. I think we got a small PPP loan/grant. Okay, they ended up being, I guess, forgiven as a grant, which is good. Okay, so they sent me this thing about $10,000, and I send it back. I check the box. I mean, who doesn't want $10,000? Seriously, they're going to give you $10,000. Who doesn't want $10,000? Let me know. I'll take yours, or you can get it and give it to me because this is a grant. Anyway, so I checked the box, obviously, and along with it is you could get a loan. So I got a small loan. It was under the amount that you had to have collateral for, so I got a small loan. Okay, so they send me $1,000. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, where's the other 9? And then they send me the loan amount. I'm thinking, okay, well, I guess that's 10,000 of this is the grant, and the rest of it is going to be the loan I have to pay back. Okay, yeah, that's good. Well, it goes on, and that's all I remember of it. You know, you get back and forth emails. If you're like me, you probably get 100 different emails every day that are junk, and I got hundreds from SBA since then. So, you know, we got another program, you can borrow some more money, you know, this is that, they got a women's thing here and some minority thing here and all this other stuff that's always going on with SBA. So I get those all the time, and usually I glance at them and delete them because they're pretty much not anything I have to do with. Well, apparently there was one in there I should have looked at. What I'm getting to is we need to get rid of some bureaucracies. I'll tell you what happened. Now this loan is due, and I start to call it back, and I asked them about it. You know, I said, okay, so I guess 10,000 of that is, I just saw with the rest of it. Oh, no, you owe it all. I said, huh. So she informed me that I checked that box, and that $1,000 I got was part of the grant. I said, well, how come I didn't get the rest of it? She said, well, you got another email. I said, when did I get this email? I'll look in my emails and see, because I don't remember ever getting it. She said, well, she gave me the date. It was a year later. Exactly. This was like May of 2020 when I first got the 1,000 or applied for it. And I got it like in July. And then in May of 2021, they sent an email out asking me if I wanted the other 9,000. Who does that? I mean, seriously, who does that? Bureaucracies, government. If you're an advocate for business and you have anybody in government, if they're not trying to get rid of these bureaucracies and manage our money themselves, the people that you elect that are accountable, elect somebody else, really. Tell them you're going to elect, so I'm going to tell them, I'm going to elect somebody else, or I'm going to vote for somebody. I may not elect anybody else, but I'm going to vote for somebody that's going to be an advocate and get rid of all this crap in government, all these dang bureaucracies that can do what they want. Who in the heck made a decision? I know why it is. They thought, hey, you know what? We make them have to check this box. If they don't do it, then we don't have to give them that $9,000. Even though they checked the box for 10, we sent them 1. But now, you know, you ask about it. Oh, well, that program's closed. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I can't forgive it on the other loan or anything like that. It's just, I mean, I heard people just going crazy about school loans. Crazy about school loans. You know how many businesses were shut down? And we're going to shut ours down too. We are. This is it. We're done. We're done dealing with government. If we can go and help a practice somewhere, great, we can. There's no need in having, we're in a recession now and probably going to be a depression. And we're going through all this junk and no telling, they'll probably come up with something else to shut us down. We're in the end times, I guarantee you. If we're not, just read Revelation. I'm telling you. But this ain't going to get better. They're pushing the global thing as fast and as hard as they can, folks. Don't you know? I saw something the other day on Doug and Stacy's. He has a program on YouTube. Check him out, Doug and Stacy. They're even vaccinating bees. And then they're telling you that your food that you get that they pollinate is organic. Is it? They're vaccinating they're doing something to their royal jelly. They're putting in some type of antibacteria or something, and then vaccinating the bees and moving them around, and everybody thinks it's great. And they're trying to vaccinate them and all of them, all the animals. It's like God didn't make anything worth a crap, I guess. Man has to do something. They got to inject you and me and everybody else with some type of vaccine. Don't you understand? You got to be vaccinated. God made junk, apparently. Apparently, all of our immune systems and stuff don't work anymore. All the GMOs and stuff must have just completely broke it down. Everything that they've been doing to help us with our products and our plants and our food sources and our water and putting fluorine in that or fluoride in that and all these things, they must be killing us with it because they keep having to give us drugs to overcome it. You remember, it's kind of like government. It's like Ronald Reagan said, the worst thing that you could ever hear is the government saying, we're here to help. Oh man, did he have it nailed down, folks. This is crazy. Make sure, send this to your representative. Tell them to get rid of these bureaucrats. The best thing I've heard this week is that with McCarthy in there, which I wasn't for, but maybe they've got him in line. I don't know. I'm from Missouri. Show me. But the thing was, he said that they were going to try to implement a fair tax, with a flat fair tax. Now, if they get rid of the IRS, like it was set up to do, if you've ever read the book, The Fair Tax, then they would get rid of the 16th Amendment. They would amend that, get rid of the IRS so they can't then add on an income tax onto the fair tax later. But you have one fair flat tax on everything. You don't have to worry about all the 80,000 pages of tax stuff and all that stuff. And I'm a CPA, so I mean, you would think, oh man, you want that? That's job security. No, I mean, I think it would be run a lot more efficient without having to comply. We spend hours every year. I mean, days and hours, and sometimes everybody that works in my profession, accountants, we're basically tax collectors. I mean, really, everything we do somehow figures into what taxes that are paid, and it filters down to the people that are working there on a W-2 and the taxes they pay. We're tax collectors just like biblical tax collectors. Everything we do, where we could be, where you pay something, you pay the tax, and it goes to the government. Okay, good. Then we could concentrate on actually making better business decisions to run more effectively, but people elected don't understand that. Like buying in economies of scales, figuring out how much you can ship at a certain time and how much weight that is and how much fuel efficiency you get out of a truck to put so much stuff on a truck and ship it down, or is it better to have a warehouse somewhere and set that up so you can distribute from there to smaller amounts, or is it better to drive a big truck around? Is it more efficient? You have to get into economies of scales and things of that nature and some of the cost accounting issues. So there's going to be plenty of jobs for accountants. There's going to be plenty of jobs for accountants to run more efficiently because you're going to be competing. But, if the government has their way with the bureaucracies, we're going to be a communist country, a global communist country. And this is my soapbox today. I'm working on a sermon, actually, but maybe this is my sermon this morning. I guarantee you, man, I'm angry. I'm angry at that. Who needs to check another box to get $10,000? Seriously. Who comes up with this stuff? I mean, I had something the other day I was dealing with somebody and they sent me a form. This is kind of related. They sent me a tax form saying that this was supposed to be an annual thing, and it wasn't. It said it at the bottom is a monthly thing. So I sent it back and I said, well, if this is monthly, good. I'll just do it online because we're doing monthly anyway. Oh, well, no, you got to change it. Why? Because you just got to. You got to change it because now it's annual. I said, well, I didn't set it up that way. Well, somebody else did it in their department. I'm like, well, okay, tell them to change it. Oh, no, you got to fill out this form. Well, I don't want to fill out that form because I know how this will work. 2 years from now, it'll come back and say, you didn't do this right. No, I'm trying to do it right. Yeah, the government, believe me, if you don't follow those forms just right, it'll all go away, and then they'll come back and go, Holder, you didn't do this right, now you owe us some money back, blah, 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 blah. I got all that stuff. That's exactly what's happening. I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to be proactive going forward. Believe me, you better be too. You better read all those documents that you get from the government. You better try to get rid of as much government as you can. It's getting bigger all the time. I'm telling you, folks, I'm telling you, it's not going to get better unless we get active. Push back on this crap. I mean, seriously, this is junk. I am so fed up with this. Man, I have been doing this for years. I have dealt with government for years, as you have. When are we going to wake up and take care of this and take our country back? We've been talking about it. We just keep slipping on further. Everybody just kind of goes along with it. And I understand it. You get worn out. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to wear us down. Well, that's what I need to do. I need to get fired up. I did. And we need to elect somebody. I would run, but I haven't got enough money and I don't know enough people and I can't pay off the people with the machines to give me the votes. So, that's just the way that is. And I won't even get into that. I'll be lucky if this stays on Facebook or any other place that's not free with speech very long, but I'm just telling you the truth. This is it. This is so messed up, folks. Happy Saturday. Have a good one.